What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerome, and I am coming to you tonight with the review for Black Ink Crew Chicago. This is season number 5, episode number 8. Speaking of which, I saw a commercial in the middle of not Loving Hip Hop, Black Ink Crew, where Black Ink Crew New York is getting ready to come back on March 13th. I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't it just go off not too long ago? But you know, whatever. The title of this episode was, I didn't say I hate her, I just don't like her. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the video. Alright, so we start this episode out. We have Junior and Adriana. They are at their place talking. So there's an article that TMZ wrote about Junior and the fight with SP. So, you know, it's saying that it wasn't really a fight. You know, the police were called. Some other stuff. Can't really remember what else was said. So, you know, Junior's like, he don't know what this means for him with Nine Mad, because you know he just came back on board, and he don't want Ryan to think that he's bringing back the old Nine Mag. And you know, and then Junior, it felt like Junior was trying to place blame on SP, like, you know, if you run up you get done up. That is true. If you run up, like the song say, run up get done up. Run up, get done up. Run up, get done up. Run up, get done up. If we beefin', I got you. 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 You know, that's my shit. That was my shit back in my college days, going to the club. It always started a fight in the club, and it was always mostly my friends that were fighting. Like, run up, get done up. What else is it? Nuck if you buck. What else is there? What else is it? Shit, I'm gonna think of it. Oh, fuck them other hoes. Cause I swear to God, every time any of those songs, any fighting song came on, you know, my friends would be some of those ones fighting. I'm like, damn, we can't go nowhere. We can't even go out to the club and y'all not fighting. So yeah. So then Adriana's talking to Junior, and you know, she's talking about how she goes to anger management, and it's kind of, you know, Adriana's like, you know, Junior should have just chilled out, and how she this and that. I'm like, but every time you and Junior have been together, last season and this season so far, anytime a fight breaks out, you right there beside him, you know, yapping it up. So you need to throw yourself in the mix. Y'all both need to sit down and shut the fuck up and just let it be what it is. But Junior was in the wrong for calling SP a bitch. Like, how would Junior have felt if another man called him a bitch? Like, Junior would be ready to fight that dude. So what the fuck ever. So, you know, Adriana's talking about how she goes to anger management, and she thinks that Junior needs to go to anger management as well. But Junior feels like he don't have a problem. I'm like, Junior, you a whole motherfucking lie. You are a drunk, and an angry drunk at that. Like, you need to go see somebody for that, brother, because there's something wrong with you. Like, you getting drunk and you want to fight, but that's the same thing that Lily does. So y'all both need to see somebody, because y'all are some angry ass drunks. All right, so then we see the crew of at 9 Mag. It was Ryan. Was Ryan there? No, it was Bella. No, yeah. Well, Bella came in, but it was Charmaine, Lily. I think Ryan was there, and I know Don was there, or it could have been Van. I can't remember who the fuck was there. So they in there, they cleaning up after that whole, you know, Friendsgiving from hell happened, and then, you know, they trying to figure out where Bella is. Oh, it was Ryan. So Ryan says she probably at the more trying to pick out SP, and Charmaine started laughing, and Lily is like, I don't think that's funny, and you know, they're like, girl, first of all, Lily, shut the fuck up. Like, it ain't that deep, you know, because what Lily is trying to say is what she's trying to say is they were wrong for what happened with SP, but no. You know, there's equal blame. I want to say there's equal blame, because Junior should have never called SP a bitch. Now, they got into that whole heated fight. They got into that, you know, scuffle. And, you know, SP started bleeding. So, you know, Junior was wrong for that, but then SP was also wrong for spitting in Adriana's face, and when he spit in her face, it was blood. So there's equal blame to go around. But Lily want to be on, you know, SP's side. So then Bella comes in. You know, they asked Bella, has she saw SP, And I think she said she hadn't really saw him, but they had talked to each other. And he asked for Junior's address, and she wouldn't give him Junior's address. So then he said he pressed charges on Junior. I'm like, well, that's kind of a pussy move. Well, I'm not even gonna say that. Yeah. I'm just gonna let that go because I don't know how I would feel about that. I mean, like, shit. You know what? Okay, if SP really wanted to get in Junior, he quote works at 9 Mag. So if you really wanted to get to him, you could go to 9 Mag and square up with him. Catch that fade with him. But obviously SP ain't on that. All right. So then next we see Don. Don is going to meet with a talent agent. I guess they must have found him from his Instagram. So, they asking him some questions, they asked him to do some improv. And the improv was, selling him this deodorant because, he's musty or whatnot. And Don got up there, he did his improv. I'm like, ooh, that was horrible. Because he like, what did he do? I don't know. I don't know what he said. But, I mean, there are ways that you could have did that, with the whole musty thing. I mean, you can make faces and whatnot. Like, you could be like, oh, God. Even though I don't stink. Don't take it that way. I don't stink. But you can be like, oh, goddamn, motherfucker, you stink. Like, you could use some deodorant. Bitch, actually, scratch that. Take your motherfucking ass, hop in front of a fire hydrant, let that water just run all over you. Put some soap on your body. Well, put some soap on your body first, and then step in front of the hydrant and just crank that bitch open and just let that bitch just wash all over you. And then once you're done, take this nice deodorant here and slather that motherfucker all up under your arms, your balls, if you whatever, your private parts, balls, puss, whatever. So he could have done something like that, but it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that good either. So then they next want him to do read a script. And in the script, they wanted him to be a sugar daddy. So he read the script. But when he was reading the script, that didn't sound like a sugar daddy to me. That sounded more like a fucking pimp. I'm like, do they not know what the difference between a sugar daddy and a pimp is? Because the way Don was talking and he was reading them lines, it sounded like he was a fucking pimp. But, they liked it. And I think it was actually pretty good what Don did that second time. I'm like, that is much better than that improv he did, because that improv was bullshit. Don is not a comedian, so stick with Don's a piercer. Stick with your piercing. Do your workout. But improv, you can probably even act, but improv, that just ain't for you. You ain't a comedian. I don't know. You just ain't a comedian. You might say funny shit, but you're not a comedian. That's not kind of how I feel. I say funny shit, but I don't think I could be a comedian at all. Because I think it takes a lot of effort and practice with that. And like I said, I say funny shit, but I just don't know how to get on stage and be funny. Probably could if I wanted to, but I don't want to. All right, so then we back over at the shop, and it's Bella, Lily, Charmaine, and Don. They in the shop, and Charmaine talking about her ass, because I wasn't paying attention for a minute. I kind of tuned her out, but then I did tune back in when she asked Bella, has she talked to SP, and she said, yeah, I've talked to him. His mouth is still, swollen. His lip is still busted, and he's still mad. And he still is pressing charges. So Don, he gets up and he leaves because he don't want to hear that and deal with none of that. So then Lily decides to chime in, and Lily is like, I feel like that was wrong, for the guys to jump all over him. And, if it was me, it would have been a big problem. Well, Lily, here's a big difference between you and the guys. The guys were defending Adriana because SP had spit in Adriana's face and he spit blood on her face. You, on the other hand, when you fight with people, it's because of something that you've done. Like, you are the root cause for the fights that you get into. So, miss me with that bullshit for real, Lily, because like I said, you are the root cause with your fights. SP got what was coming to him because he spit in Adriana's face. Adriana is a woman. He is a man. But even still, take out the man and the woman thing. You spit in a person's face and you spit blood in their face. That's nasty as fuck. It's nasty to spit in somebody's face, number one, but then it's even nastier when you spit other bodily fluids in a face. You spit in blood. Like, girl, shut the fuck up, Lily. But then, Lily gets up and walks out. I'm like, bye, Lily. Nobody's gonna miss you. Like, you sounded hella retarded at that point. All right, so then 8 episodes in, we see Charmaine and Nick, and they are meeting up with Danielle. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did Danielle come from? Like, we ain't saw Danielle at all in the past 7 episodes, but now we see Danielle on episode 8. Okay, if y'all say so. Danielle must need some money. And Danielle lets us know that she is still planning her wedding to Terrence. I'm like, girl, you got to be as dumb as your cousin Charmaine is. Like, you are still going through with this wedding with Terrence. Did I miss last season when that stripper girl told them that she slept with Terrence and that her and Terrence were texting each other? Did I miss that? I'm sorry. I think I missed that. But Danielle is still going through with this wedding with Terrence, although they do not have a wedding date set up. But she has 2 dresses. Again, just as dumb as Charmaine. What the fuck you got 2 wedding dresses for if you don't have a wedding date set and your fiance cheated on you last season? Well, 2 seasons ago now. I'm just like, okay, Danielle, if you say so. So then, Charmaine is telling Danielle about what's going on at the shop, telling her about the thing with SP, how Lily is on his side, and how Lily feels like, if it was her, people would have, blamed her. You are goddamn correct, because if it was you, you would have started the bullshit and you would have had the reason to take the blame. So then, Danielle, mentions this Instagram video that I saw. I think that I saw this Instagram video the night that either it was the night that this season started or it was the night before this season started. So it was a scene behind the scenes. It was, prior to them actually getting ready to film this season. And it was after that trip they had last season. So we see, you can see Lily, and she's going off. Now, you would have never guessed it was Jen unless you had, because you could hear you wouldn't have known it because they never showed Jen. You can just hear Jen in the background. And in this video, Lily just kept saying nigga, 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 nigga to, Jen. I saw this video, I was at work, and at work I wear my earbuds in my ear. So it was on, I think it's OMFG Reality. I think that's the name of that page that I follow. So they posted the video, and I'm just in her, my mouth just dropped to the ground when Lily just kept blurting out nigga after nigga after nigga after nigga. I'm like, damn, is nobody gonna say nothing to Lily? Like, bitch. Let me take that back, because I know people get offended when I say that, but I'm not talking about her in a bad way. But, she just kept saying nigga. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna pull this girl to the side and be like, yo, bruh, stop with the nigga word. Like, you doing overkill. And this is a black woman that you keep saying it to, like, you going overboard with it. And, Charmaine, she says that she doesn't agree with Lily saying that, which I 100% agree with Charmaine. Like, I don't think that she should say it. It's a word that we say to each other, be like, oh, what's up, my nigga? Oh, nigga, you dumb. Like, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, what you doing? Where you going, nigga? Who you talking to, nigga? We say that, but I just don't feel that anybody that is not black should say the word nigga. You can argue me up and down, but that's how I feel. And if you feel otherwise, we can talk about it. But, like I said, for me personally, I say the word nigga. I'm not going to stop saying the word nigga. I just don't want somebody who is not of African American descent to say the word nigga. All right, so next we see Don. Don, I don't know where he was, but he was in a mirror, and you would have thought he was filming a scene for a show, but he was not filming a scene for a show. He was just going over the lines for this Amazon series. I forgot to get the name of the series. So, so then we see Don. He's filming this scene. I'm not going to crack anything on Don. I think it's a good look, He was talking about it's a kind of a small series, but I mean, don't knock it. It's a job. If it's paying, even if it's not paying, someone will see that work and they'll be like, oh, damn, he a good ass actor. let me book with him. Like, I'm hoping that's what happens. Like, I'm trying to build my YouTube channel to grow so I can, do some different things with my life, because I'm a musician and I love music. So that is one thing that I'm trying to build my channel to do. I'm trying to get into my music, my acting. I want to act and I want to do my music. And pretty soon I'm gonna have to soundproof my room, because I play two musical instruments. I play the alto saxophone and I play the bass. I mean, not the bass, the alto saxophone and the B flat clarinet. And I'm trying to I want to learn how to play the piano and the bass guitar. So so that's what I'm gonna try to do, is soundproof this room, or either get another apartment either try to get a 2-bedroom apartment and soundproof that, and start playing my music on Monday nights, which I don't know how that shit gonna work. I might pre-record it on Sunday. Nope. I might just pre-record it on whenever I have free time and just post a video on Mondays and call it Music Monday, and I'll let people tell me what they want to hear me play and what instrument they want me to play it on. I'm not going to get another clarinet, however, but I will get a saxophone and a keyboard, because I'm not going to buy a grand piano. That shit is expensive as fuck. But we're going to move on. All right, so next we see Junior. Junior, he went to see the anger management counselor. And, he's telling her how Adriana, told him he should come. And she's like, forget the fact that your girlfriend told you should come. Do you feel like you have an issue? And, he says, no, he doesn't. I'm like, again, Junior, you do have an issue. You have an anger issue, number one. And you have a drinking issue. Like, you are a angry drunk. So then, he starts to tell about his past, how, him and his brothers, they fought, they gangbanged, they did graffiti, and so she asked him how did he feel about some of the stuff that he's done in his past. And, he said he felt crappy, he felt like shit after it. So then, he starts to break down, because she's trying to get him to tell him, some more, because she's like, there's something more that you're not telling me. What is it? So then he tells her his cousin was shot in the back of the head. He was ambushed. And, he feels like he blames himself for it, because what Junior did, Junior went on ahead and, changed his life for the better. And his cousin stuck with the whole gang mentality. And that, in a sense, is what I guess must have took his cousin, someone must have killed him behind. And she tells him, you don't need to blame yourself for that. That's not something that he will want you to do, and you shouldn't do it, which I definitely agree with that. Just because you did something positive and good with your life, don't feel bad about that. He made his, and I hate to say it, but he chose to do what he did. Everything that we do in our lives, we choose to do it, even if it's good for us or bad for us, we make that decision to do it. And I know if his cousin probably could have changed, things, he definitely would have. He would have probably found a different way to do things. But, unfortunately, he's just not here to say. And, like I said, Junior just should not feel bad about him changing his life and his cousin, whatever. I don't know the logistics of what happened with it, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. So we're going to move on. All right, so these next two scenes, I'm going to put them together. So we saw this scene where Lily is in a tattoo shop. Now, she's not in her booth, because her booth is still tore up from the whole fight with SP and the boys. So, her client comes in and he wants a phoenix that's rising from the ashes. That is actually a tattoo that I want on this side on right here. And, Lily free-handed that tattoo, and I was looking at it at first. I'm like, that thing's going to be ugly as fuck. But then when Lily finished it, I'm like, God damn, Lily, that is bad as fuck. Still don't like you, however, but that shit was bad as the fuck. And, that gave me an idea for what I want with my tattoo. And then another scene we saw, Junior, he went to visit his cousin's grave, because this is actually the first time that he's been to visit his cousin's grave. And he has Adriana with him, and he has his cousin's sister with him. So, they go up to the grave, and Junior just, has a moment. And I like that. I don't know how, when I go to my mother and my grandmother's grave, I don't feel anything, because I'm like, there's nothing there. That's just an empty body in that ground, in that casket. So I don't feel very much. But, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the last part of this episode. All right, y'all. So then we got the main part of the episode. So we had Charmaine, Van, Ryan, and Don. They were all in the shop. So Charmaine is telling them, about the last time that Lily was in the shop with her and Bella, how, Lily felt like they were wrong for what happened with SP. And, they were like, nah, we weren't wrong. We'll do it again. And I agree with them. Like I said before, SP spit in Adriana's face. That was uncalled for. So then she talks about the video that surfaced with Jen and Lily when Lily was calling her a nigga. And, she just felt like, just because Lily is Hispanic and she grew up in the hood, that don't give her the right to say that. And I definitely 100% agree with Charmaine, because in my hometown of Tyler, we had some Hispanics who grew up around me and my friends, and they felt like they could say the word nigga because we said the word nigga. So then Lily comes into the shop and she's like, well, what the fuck y'all talking about? And they tell her, we talking about the fact that you say the word nigga. And she was like, but I say it all the time, so what's different now? And I have to come to Lily's side just a little bit, and I don't want to, but I agree with what Lily said. She's been saying it for so long, and now y'all want to find an issue with her saying the word nigga. Like, if y'all been hearing this girl say the word, why can't y'all just educate her and say, Lily, you can't say that word? But nobody said it. So, and they also said that they felt like she said it in a hateful way, which I kind of agree with that. And, she asked Charmaine, so why can you say it and I can't say it? And Charmaine is like, I can say it because my people were called niggers. And then she also said, it's not like I'm putting the ER on the end of it. It doesn't matter if you put an ER or A or AH or whatever on it. You don't say it because it doesn't mean the same to you like it means to us. And Charmaine said the reason why we say it is because for years our people were called niggers. And we took that word, we made it our own word. We kind of watered down what the meaning of it is, and we took the sting out of it. So that's why that's why we can say it. And then Lily calls her a white girl, and I'm like, so you calling her a white girl because she's, I'm gonna say somewhat educated, because she's still a damn fool. And I've had people say that to me too. You act like a white boy because I, enunciate my words and everything. That makes me a white boy. If you say so, because I talk because I'm educated. Okay, if you say so, I'll be a white boy. So, then Van is like, he said, how would you feel if I was to call you a wetback? She said it's not the same thing. It absolutely 100% is the same thing. And I think, did he say Hispanic to her? Because they kept bleeping something out, but I didn't know if he was saying Hispanic or what. And like I said, my friends and I, we used to have that conversation back in the day with our Hispanic, our friends of Latin descent. I'll say that. And they used to ask us why couldn't they say it, and I'm like, we all be like, y'all wouldn't want us to call y'all a wetback, and they be like, nah, because we'd be ready to fight y'all, and that always was the case, because when the black kids and the Hispanic kids would fight each other in our school, they would say nigga. My friends, some of the kids would say wetbacks to them, and that would start a whole fucking fight. What else? So, then Van is asking Charmaine, do you want Lily fired? She said, yeah. Don said, yeah, too. And then they said, well, Ryan, what do you want? I respected Ryan in this scene because Ryan is like, just because y'all want her out, I'm not going to sit here and tell this girl that she's fired. He asked Lily, like, what do you want to do? She's like, I got to, take care of myself and my family. And, he said, so what do you want to do? And she I don't forget what she said, but, Ryan told her, basically, you are the common denominator. I just need you to take some time to yourself. You understand? And she's like, don't talk to me like I'm a kid. And then, her and Charmaine, they get into it, and then they start fighting with each other. And that was really where the episode ended. So, you guys, like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys tomorrow for How to Get Away with Murder. I think we are at least one episode away from the finale. But see you then.